Greetings, young men. This is Principal Kafele. I got a message for you today, but this is not your typical message to your son. This is a little bit different. I'm sitting here on a Saturday afternoon, kind of taking it down, and I'm reflecting upon the week. In addition to the work I did, which is what I typically reflect upon, I'm thinking about the media. I'm thinking about what I was exposed to, what we were exposed to, what the world was exposed to relative to news. And in this case, I'm talking about specifically the Ray Rice situation. The football player Ray Rice and his assault on his then fiancée and who's now his wife. This took up a lot of the news cycle from Monday up until now, which is a Saturday, September 13th, 2014. And it really forced me to think about this video series, Message to Your Son, and it made me think about my audience, the young men who watch these videos. And as much as I didn't want to make this video because I didn't want to come off as if I was taking advantage of a situation, but I said, how could I not address this particular situation? Not in terms of Ray Rice. That's really not my issue, but in terms of you, the viewer of Message to Your Son. I want to talk to you about you putting your hands on a young lady. So if I could give this a title, I would call it, Keep Your Hands Off of Her. Once again, keep your hands off of her. And here's what I mean. There's so much discussion, there's so much debate right now as to whether or not the punishment that Ray Rice received was too harsh, too stringent. Did he lose too much? Was the punishment far exceeding what it was that he did? And I'm not going to use Message to Your Son as a forum to give my opinion on whether or not the punishment that he received, in this case, losing his contract and being suspended indefinitely by the NFL and then losing all his endorsement deals. I'm not going to give you an opinion here as to how I may feel about that. But I will say this. He lost a lot. He lost millions. One might say over a period of time, he lost hundreds of millions on a decision. One decision. The decision to put his hands on his fiancée, on a young lady. So something that happened in a split second, literally, split second in an elevator, he lost it all. Everything he worked toward. Everything he poured his heart and soul into. In this case, his football career, going back to Little League days, on into high school, college, and then the pros. As of the time of this recording, at his high school, they took his picture down from the Wall of Fame within the high school gymnasium area. So even losing that, and again, I'm not going to give my opinion about it. That's not the issue here. The issue is a young man lost it all on a decision, a split-second decision. In this case, putting his hands on a young lady, his fiancée, not a stranger, not someone he has a casual relationship with, but his fiancée, whom he later married, lost millions, which will probably amount to hundreds of millions over a period of time. But even millions itself is a lot of money. So what's that got to do with you? It's got everything to do with you. I'm saying to you, young men, don't put your hands on the young ladies. I've had discussions with young men this week through social media, in person. I've read discussions in the media, social media, and in the media, and people have different positions, different sides, different perspectives, different vantage points on this. You know, sometimes I'm hearing things such as, well, what if she hits the young man first? Or what if she spit on the young man? Or what if she says something foul? Or what if she says something offensive? Isn't he then justified to hit her? Isn't he then justified to strike her? And I'm saying to you, young man, on this Saturday afternoon, which is the reason I'm making this video today, no, you are never justified in hitting this young lady. Certainly, you can restrain her in the name of self-defense if you're being brutalized by some young lady. But that's an extreme situation. I'm saying in this case, you get upset with a young lady. You get angry with a young lady. She said something you don't like. She did something that you don't like. did something that hurt your feelings, hurt your emotions, hurt your ego, no, that is not the time to put your hands on the young lady. Keep your hands off of her, period. I don't care what she said. I don't care what she did. I don't care if she betrayed your trust. You cannot put your hands on her. And if there's ever a time, if there's ever a situation when you think you're about to put your hands on a young lady to hurt her, to strike her, to assault her, just have a flashback to Ray Rice. A young man, I think he's about 27 years old. A young man that had it all, a star in the NFL, already won a Super Bowl, a star in college at Rutgers University, a star at New Rochelle High School in New York State, and now out of a job. Doesn't have a team, suspended from the league, has no salary, lost his endorsement deals. He's got nothing right now. Of course, he's got what he saved, but he can't make new money. A split-second decision in an elevator, and it's all gone. So I'm saying to you, you may not become a professional athlete. You may not become a well-known recording artist or entertainer or whatever the case may be. You may live a regular life like the majority of us, but even that, you can lose it. Even that, just a bad decision, a split-second bad decision, and you can lose what you have worked all your life to attain. So I'm saying, on multiple levels, whether it be a legal level, a moral level, an intelligent level, whatever the level, keep your hands off the young ladies. Do not strike them. Do not hit them. Do not slap them. Do not assault them. Keep your hands off of them. I don't care what they said. I don't care what they've done. As long as they haven't put their hands on you, and if they put their hands on you, let's be very clear. That too doesn't justify you now striking her, assaulting her, and having a fight with her. You must use everything within your willpower to restrain her. Because you make a bad move, you hit her, you hurt her, and you may find yourself in a situation that you really don't want to be in. And when I say a situation you really don't want to be in, I mean you may find yourself in a juvenile detention facility if you're a juvenile, or in a prison if you're an adult. And I really wouldn't want to see that based on a bad split-second decision. So again, young men, as I close, keep your hands off the young ladies. Keep your hands off of her. Do not put your hands on her. Do not hit her. Do not assault her. Do not strike her in some fit of rage, or because you're just upset, or because you're angry. Do not do it. Keep your hands off these young ladies. And that way you don't have to suffer consequences. Enough said. I think I made my point. So let's go. Let's get it done. Let's make it happen. This is Principal Kafele, special edition of Message to Your Son. Keep your hands off of her. Thanks for listening. Peace.